Nigeria stands at a crossroads, and its future rests squarely on the shoulders of its most vibrant asset, you, its youth. Comprising of over 60% of our population, your collective potential is an unparalleled force, capable of forging a nation worthy of its dreams. Yet, a silent crisis persists, a widespread disengagement rooted in passive citizenship. We know the power you hold. History has shown that you can mobilize for change. But for that change to endure, it demands sustained, active citizenship. Citizenship in Nigeria is not merely a birthright. It's an urgent call to action. It's a sacred pact to reclaim your nation. And for you to reclaim your nation, you must join a political party. Find a party whose values align with your vision for a better Nigeria. Become a card-carrying member. Your presence in the party is not just a number. It's a vital voice that can shift priorities, influence platforms, and champion youth inclusion from the ground up. You must participate in primaries. The fight for a better Nigeria begins long before the general election. Engage fiercely in party primaries. Your vote here is a critical filter, ensuring that credible, visionary leaders reach the ballot. You must register and vote. Your permanent voter's card is your most potent weapon. Register for it, collect it, and wield it in every local, state, and national election. A tidal wave of youth voter turnout will not only strengthen our electoral integrity, but will force leaders to unequivocally prioritize your jobs, your education, and your security, as well as your future. You must run for office. Why stop at influencing? You are eligible, even under 30, to step into the arena. Consider running for councillor, state assembly, or even higher office. Your fresh perspective, your energy, and your direct understanding of youth challenges are precisely what our leadership needs. With over 70 million Nigerians under 30, you possess the undeniable power to dominate elections and reshape party structures. Imagine a Nigeria where policies on employment, quality education, and security are shared by your collective will. This is your moment to lead the change you wish to see. Any youth on the table?
Me. I'm a youth. I was okay for president. You know, let me just start by saying that was very beautiful advocacy aimed at the youth, and it's timely because now the political conversation is coming up. And the truth is that if we want to be able to shape, when I say we, I mean we youth.
You know.
If we want to be able to shape the future, then we are going to have to participate in the current political activity. So let's just look at the last election, the general election. We had 93 million people registered to vote. 40% of this number is between the age of 18 to 39. All right, so that's somewhere around 30, 35, 36 million people. The total voter turnout in 2023 was 25 million.
That's
now,
crazy.
Let me just give you one data point to see how ridiculous this is. The student number data in our registered voters is 26 million. So if all the registered students, all the students that registered had voted, they probably will have decided the election. And so people need to understand the fact that, look, it's about numbers here. It's about participation. If you're not interested in participating, then don't complain about the results that come out of lack of participation. We have the numbers, whether you look at it in terms of gender, whether you look at it in terms of age, whether you even look at it in terms of vocation, the numbers are there. The fact is that young people do not participate. And there's no way you can hide, the participation because the numbers are there. So my appeal is this: young people, we still have 2 years. Young people like us. We still have 2 years to be able to get on the track. Let's get involved. Like Zuma said, register to vote, okay? Participate, join a political party, run for office. If you don't make it, at least you know how to do it next. But let's participate and let's stop sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, thank you, Zuma, for that advocacy. And I like the optimism of it again. But again, it's also good to always look at what the issue is. Okay, it's not, we can't use optimism to, clear off all the issues.
Yeah.
One issue is looking at the youth as a group. When you talk about the Nigerian youth, you see everything Nigeria in that group. People are now Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Ibibio, Igira, or Muslim, Christian, all those dynamics.
False lines.
Yeah.
Yes, those fault lines, you still find them in this group. So it's not like we have a unified front. I've not seen any organized youth front, that we will say is a force kind of to reckon with, that cuts across with no issues. That is one bit of it. The other part is some cynicism which Nigerians generally have in the political process, not just the youth, and with good reason. I mean, it takes resilience to get a voter's card. We know what we went through to just register to vote, And then we see a situation whereby there are clearly two parties, one main party and an appendage. There was just a small outline, So when people feel that their contribution will not count, especially when resources are scarce, I'm not saying that does not. So I have a statistics lecturer who used to say, to win the lottery is 0.000, not, but you have to be in it to win it. So yes, the youth have to participate. We have to find a way around it. I'm adding myself to the youth. But the truth is that there's a lot of cynicism, distrust for the system, where people will tell you that this is the person that will win and the person will win. There might be one outliers, one small house of rep and one state assembly, but it's a good start, as Inka said. Maybe that person will now spark and ignite a movement that will carry others along.
Thank you, Andy, for pointing out that you can't win if you don't play.
100%. And you're right, we can't afford to be passive. Nobody can. Every single voice counts. And I think it's for us to, or for the older ones, to educate them on the power of their voices, to know what they can do. I mean, I was so upset last week when I saw what was going, there was a trend on TikTok called the Imbe Challenge. Okay, where they were mocking people with special needs.
Oh.
It was the most horrible thing I've seen, but it's millions strong. And there was one particular, it's influencers took it up upon themselves. And there's one influencer, I won't say his name, young kid, but he has 11 million followers that listen to him, constantly trending, and he did it. And that's when I saw this. And this is what I mean. We need to mine and harvest these young voices that are very powerful, that can either spread discord, they can spread, lead people down the wrong path, following rubbish, or they can educate, come out and say, everyone, let's do this. Everyone, go in this direction. Just teaching them the power of their voices, I think, is very important. And they are our future. They, because I'm not one of them anymore.
Right. I know that Bright has always advocated for youth involvement in politics at the table here. And yes, I hear you loudly. And I understand what it means when you have powerful influencers championing voter education and participation in politics. It really can be powerful. But listening to your advocacy, Zuma, I kept wondering what political party promos will look like, ads will look like, if they have to create one for us to join them. Like, imagine if PDP now wants to woo us to come to their party to register as party members, or maybe APC and maybe ADC or LP. How would it look like? Like, what would they be asking us to come and benefit from them? That's one. Then secondly, do parties even have mentoring programs, for youths? Do we have books on how to be a great politician in Nigeria, such that youths can read and say, oh, this is going to be my mentor in politics, or this is a role model in politics. Let us even search for role models in politics in Nigeria. Who would you choose? Like a challenge, who would you say is the role model in politics in Nigeria? Having said that, the well-being of Nigerian political parties as well, and knowing which one to join. Who knew that ADC was embroiled in internal politics, just as we've had that of PDP for many years now, just as we've had in the LP for years now, since 2023 elections, they have been in one conflict or the other, taking themselves to court. So you're asking me now as a youth, I'm not one, well, I am, but if as a youth you're asking me to join a political party, please, Bikoni, which one am I going to join? Which one is healthy enough to join?
So like Marja said earlier, we try to focus on how things should be instead of how they are. Yeah. Irrespective of the political parties, they all have their flaws and they all have their strengths. So it's just for you to look at the ones that you align with the most. So it's not for you to self-reflect and say, okay, these ones are like this, can I tolerate them? But I also understand that the major challenge with that is our political parties, at the core of it, they lack ideologies. So there's really nothing, it's just cross-carpeting. I will tell you, just choose one and participate.
Close your eyes,
like just close your eyes and choose one.
The one that will give you tickets.
At the end of the day, we aren't victims, no matter how challenging our circumstances are. Change always lies in our hands. Join us again, same channel, same time, next week. And let's deploy this. Me power and you power together. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us.
More to we power.
Bye. Okay.